In this video, we're going to dive deeper into planning your first semester as an electrical engineer. You should have just downloaded the major template from your registration guide. So let's get right in. I'm going to talk about this fall semester here. I might touch upon some of the other classes, but please keep in mind that this is all about getting you ready for this fall semester. And this fall in October, you and I will meet to talk about your spring semester and other future classes. So we're taking this one step at a time. So the first class on the schedule is Computer Science 1. This course is very important to all electrical and computer and systems engineering students. As you can see at a quick glance, you don't see any more computer science courses on the electrical engineering curriculum. However, ComSci 1 is a prerequisite of some of the courses to come that are from the ECSE department, which is Electrical and Computer Systems Engineering. So you will be taking ComSci 1 this fall. The second course on the list is Introduction to ECSE. So, of course, this is your introduction class to the Electrical and Computer Systems Engineering Department. It is a really, really great class. And I do want to make a note. So if we follow this footnote down to 6, you will see that you may replace the Introduction to ECSE with Introduction to Engineering Analysis. Why this is important is if you are on the fence about your major still, you're still, trying to decide if you do want to be an electrical engineer or even a computer systems engineer, you may want to postpone taking Introduction to ECSE until the spring semester. While Introduction to Engineering Analysis will replace this course on the electrical engineering curriculum, it doesn't work the same way. For example, if you do ultimately end up becoming a mechanical engineer, you will then have to take Introduction to Engineering Analysis. So sometimes the best thing to do is just wait. So pushing this intro course to the spring semester, which gives you a little bit more time to decide what you want to do with your major. And there's nothing wrong with that. You could absolutely postpone it, and you can absolutely take time in deciding what you want to study at RPI. In just a couple moments, I will show you what you can replace those 4 credits with later in the template. And I will talk about it a little bit more, especially if you are someone who is bringing in transfer credits. We'll talk about how those transfer credits will impact this fall semester and the changes you can make. Next on your list, you will see is Calculus 1, and then we have our Humanity, Arts, and Social Science elective. So this is your general education requirement at RPI. You will be taking an IHSS course, which is a Haas inquiry course in your first semester. This is a first-year requirement. You're going to learn more about it in the Haas section of your registration guide. But I do want to state that even if you are bringing credits that would be considered humanities, arts, and social science elective, like a world history or language, you're still going to take an IHSS course in the fall semester. And yes, in the guide, we'll explain to you how you find those Haas inquiry courses. So these 16 credits are your first semester of college. So just to run over it one more time, you will be taking ComSci 1, you will be taking Calculus 1, you will be taking a Haas course, and then Intro to ECSE is a decision that you get to make. So you either will register for Introduction to ECSE, which again is a pretty awesome class, or you're just going to postpone it semester if you're still trying to make a decision about your major. So what happens if you do decide you want to postpone it? Is we look for another 4 credits to replace the 4 credits that you're postponing. So the first option to replace Introduction to ECSE with could be Physics 1. Physics 1 is a really great choice because you do have to take a math and science course every semester until you finish your science core, and you do want to finish Physics 1 within your first year. It's really important to you as an engineering major. Another option is, of course, a science elective. So the science elective, if you scroll down to the bottom, you will see all the options that you have as a way to fulfill this requirement. And you can see it's chemistry, biology, or cell molecular biology. If you want my recommendation, I would always steer you to Chem 1. And the reason why is that Chemistry 1 is either required by or will fulfill an elective on every single engineering major. So it's a really safe class to take. And if the reason why you're looking for an alternative is because you are deciding to postpone introduction to ECSE, then you absolutely should do Chemistry 1 because you will find Chemistry 1 on other engineering majors. Okay, so those are two really good options to replace Introduction to ECSE with. But now I want to talk about if you're coming in with additional credits. So if you're bringing in APs or other college credits with you. So first, Computer Science 1. If you're bringing in Computer Science 1, as you remember, there are no other computer courses that you need to take on this curriculum. So actually, Physics 1 and the Science elective are also really good options to replace these 4 credits with. So easily, if you have Computer Science 1 credit, you're postponing Introduction to ECSE, grab Physics 1 and grab Chemistry. If you're keeping ECSE, then you have the option of having Physics 1 or the Science elective. So that's how you'll begin to make those choices. When it comes to bringing in Calculus 1 credit, of course, the next option on the list is going to be Calculus 2. However, some students bring in both Calculus 1 and Calculus 2, and if that's the case for you, the option should definitely be Introduction to Differential Equations. And the reason why is Introduction to Differential Equations is an incredibly important class for you as an electrical engineer. It is a prerequisite for electric circuits, which opens the door to a lot of your ECSE, well, essentially all of your ECSE classes to come. So you do want to prioritize taking Introduction to Differential Equations so that you can bring up electric circuits sooner if that's something you want to do. However, you will also notice there is another math course on your curriculum, which is multivariable calculus. It is possible, if you think you rather start with multivariable calculus, to take that, and I'll tell you why. If you bring multivariable calculus into your fall semester, you will still take Introduction to Differential Equations in the spring, which allows you to bring up circuits one more semester. So you're still completing Introduction to Differential Equations before you begin your second year. And again, this only applies if you're bringing in transfer credits. So one reason why some students ask if they can do multivariable instead is, of course, because it goes Calculus 1, Calculus 2, and multivariate is really Calculus 3, whereas differential equations is kind of out on its own as a math class. Okay, so that is planning your electrical engineering first semester of college.